The next topic is document types for the purchasing documents. Document types for the purchasing documents. Now so far we have seen the creation of the purchasing documents like PR, PO, RFQ, contract and schedule agreement. Each and every document belongs to one document type. Now for example, if I go to create a PR, ME51N, so here the system displays a document type here. That is purchase requisition standard document type. Suppose if you try to create a PO, so it belongs to one document type, that is order type. And we have seen the creation of RFQ, the agreement type, that is nothing but document type. And in the same way contract. So like this, whatever the purchasing documents we created, it belongs to one document type. And these document type will have some control functions and some important parameters which it controls the total purchasing document itself. So what is the document type? The main function of document type is to distinguish or to determine the difference between purchasing documents like PR, PO, RFQ, contract and schedule agreement. The main function of document type is to distinguish or to determine the difference between purchasing documents like PR, PO, RFQ, contract and schedule agreement. Depending upon the document type, the procurement process takes place. Depending upon the document type, the procurement process takes place. The document type influences the following factors. That is the control functions. Item interval, that is serial number ranges and field selection key. So the document type will have some control functions. Item interval is nothing but serial number, then number ranges and field selection key. The document types are classified into three categories. The document types are classified into three categories. They are NB standard PO, UB stock transfer order, FO framework order. You don't have any abbreviation for NB, UB, FO. It's just a document type. So first one is standard PO. NB. This document type is used during the purchasing of the materials, goods and services from vendor. This document type is used during the purchasing of the materials, goods and services from vendor. Next, UB, stock transfer order. This document type is used to transfer the stock of the material from the supplying plant to the receiving plant. To transfer the stock of the material from the supplying plant to the receiving plant. Next, FO, framework order. This document type is used for the services, for the procurement of the services. And these are all the standard document types given by SAP for purchase requisition, NB, UBFO and field selection keys NBF, UBF, FOF. And for purchase order, these are the field selection keys. And in the same way, RFQ. These are the document types and field selection key. In the same way, contract. In the same way, schedule agreement. Now we'll see how to do the configuration settings. SPRO, IMG, purchasing, so purchase equation, purchase order, RFQ, contract, schedule agreement. For all these documents, the procedure is the same. So I'm doing for purchase order. Under this first one, define document types. Define document types. Select the document type NB. Select the document type NB. Click on copy as. Rename the document type. For example, ZPO, standard ZPO. So I'm creating my own document type. For example, ZPO, description, standard ZPO. And I'm going to start item number interval with 1. Press enter and save. Press enter and save. Select the created document type and double click on allowed item categories. And double click on allowed item categories. So I'll just keep standard. I'll select the remaining item categories B, K, L, S, T, D. Click on delete. Press enter and save. Click on delete. Press enter and save. So I created a document type and I maintain the item categories. What are the item categories I need for this document type? Now we have done some config settings in the background. Now I want to see the behavior in the front end. So I will open another skin and I'll go to purchase order skin to monitor ME21N. So here, as I said, the moment when you come to the purchase order skin, it displays the document type standard one given by SAP. So for this standard one, if you go to item overview, if you go to item category, it will displays all the item categories, whatever the SAP has provided. And these are standard even in the real time. Now, instead of this document type, if I select my document type standard ZPO, and if I observe item categories in item overview, it will display just standard. Just displays standard. Okay, it will displays only the standard. Now, for your created document type, we have deleted the item categories. Now I want to insert again. To insert the item categories to document type. To insert the item categories to document type. Select the document type ZPO and double click on allow item category. Double click on allowed item categories. Click on new entries and enter the item categories. Save. Again, enter the item categories. Save. Now to see the behavior, again I will go back to purchase order skin. So every time you need to exit from the skin and again you need to re-enter. Enter the PO screen and here I'll select my document type ZPO. This time in the item over in item category, it has to display all the item categories. Yeah. So this is the main thing. Now we are converting a PR into PO, RFQ into PO, contract in PO. How this is happening? You are converting a purchase requisition into purchase order, contract into purchase order, RFQ into purchase order. How this is happening? Because in the background, so here how these are converting a PR into PO, RFQ into PO, contract into PO. Because in the background, both the document types are linked. That is, the PR document type is linked with the PO document type. Okay, both the document types are linked. That is, the PR document type should link with PO document type, the RFQ document type should link with PO document type, etc. Then only in the front end you are able to convert a PR into PO, RFQ into PO, contract into PO. So create a document type in PR. Now I am going to create a document type in purchase requisition. So go back. The path is the same path. It is just below the purchase order, purchase requisition, define document types, select the document type NB, click on copy as. I will create document type, for example ZPR and standard ZPR. It can be any document type. For example, I am creating a document type ZPR and description also should be changed standard ZPR. Press enter, save. Press enter, save. Now the ZPR document type should link with ZPO document type. Now whatever the document type you created in the purchase requisition ZPR, that should be linked to the ZPO document type. So now the ZPR document type should link with ZPO document type. Therefore again come back to different document type in PO. Again you come back to different document type in PO. Select the document type ZPO and double click on link purchase requisition document type. And click on link purchase requisition document type. Click on select all. Click on delete. Press enter. Save. Press enter and save. Again click on new entries and here you enter whatever the document type from PR side you have created. So from PR side I created document type ZPR. Save. So what does this mean? It means whenever you create a purchase requisition with the document type ZPR, that can be converted into a purchase order with the document type ZPO. So this is the first step. Second step, define number ranges. So in this IMG activity, we are going to define the number ranges for the purchase order. Whenever you are creating a purchase order, the system is displaying the purchase order number 45000 so on so. From where you got this number? Because the number ranges are maintained to the purchasing documents. So that the reason it is displaying. Not only for purchase order, RFQ, PR, contract, agreement, for all these documents. Unless and until if you don't maintain, system will not display the number. So in this step, we are going to define the number ranges for purchase order. Click on intervals. Again click on interval. So here I create any number, for example 29, from number and to number 16 to 20. If I activate at the corner ext, so what type of number range it is? External number ranges. So what is the concept of external number ranges? We supposed to enter manually the number. Suppose if you are creating a purchase order, at the initial stage itself, you need to enter the PO number. Which number you will enter within the interval now you have maintained from 16 to 20. Suppose if you don't activate this indicator ext, it is an internal number ranges concept. So in the case of internal number ranges, the system itself will display the number automatically from the number ranges what you maintain. So I want to maintain the number ranges internally. Press enter. Now here what the system displays, intervals already available. It means the number range number 29 is already there. So for example, I enter 91. So it's there. So it is accepted. Press enter, save. Press enter, save. Now we have defined the number ranges for purchase order. Now whatever the number range interval 91 you have created, that should be linked to the document type ZPO. Now assign the number range number to the created document type ZPO. Now assign the number range number to the created document type ZPO. Again go back to different document types. Select the document type ZPO. So here you have number range int, number range ext. Int means internal number ranges and ext means external number ranges. So I maintain internal. So here I'll enter 91. That's it. Save. Save. The third step. Define screen layout at document level. Define screen layout at document level. Define screen layout at document level. Select the field selection key NBF. Select the field selection key NBF. Click on copy as and rename the document type, for example Z123, and description field selection key PO. Press enter and save. Press enter and save. Select the field selection key 123. Select the field selection key 123. So click on details. Then the system displays multiple field selection groups. Then the system displays multiple field selection groups. The system displays multiple field selection groups. For example, basic data item, terms of delivery and payment, etc. Now I'll place the cursor on the field selection group. Either you can double click on it or I'll click on choose. Then the system displays multiple fields under the field selection group. Then the system displays multiple fields under the field selection group. And where these fields will be available, all these fields are available in the purchase order. So not only basic data item, if you go back, you double click on terms of delivery and payment, you can see so many fields. Go back, if you click on each and every field selection groups, you'll have so many fields. All these fields are available in the purchase order. And here the system displays multiple fields which are maintained as required entry, optional entry, display, etc. Suppose if you don't select either option, neither required nor optional nor display, so what happens? Suppose if you don't select either option, either required or optional or display, then what happens? The fields will disappear from the purchase order. The fields will disappear from the purchase order. You can't see these fields. Okay. For example, plant. I'll maintain it as a required entry. Required entry means it's compulsory we're supposed to enter. Store location. For example, I'll maintain it as a display. Display means it will just display it. Neither you can enter nor delete nor modify nor change. And for example, material description, I'll take it as an optional entry. So like this, you have so many groups. Again, under each group, you have so many fields which are available in the purchase order. Go back, save. Go back, save. Now, the field selection key Z123 should be linked to the document type ZPO. Now, the field selection key ZPO should be linked to the document type ZPO. So go back, define document types, select the document type ZPO, and beside I'll maintain the field selection key Z123. Save. Save. To see the behavior, now I'll directly go to create a purchase order. Now here, the moment you come to the purchase order, this is the document type which is given by standard SAP. Therefore, you are able to see item interval, account assignment category, item category, material. After the material, you will have the short text, PO quantity, etc. After the plant, you have store location. Now, the moment I select my document type ZPO, now see here what happens. So here you are not able to see account assignment category, item category. After material, you are not able to see the description. Just it will display quantity, net price, okay, plant. Then what about store location? It is just displays. Neither you can enter, modify, delete, etc. So here I will enter the supplier. Net price, plant. Now see the item interval, it will start with 1. See here, the item interval has started with 1. So if you enter another item, it will start with 2, 3, etc. So like this, depending upon our requirement, we can maintain whatever the fields we want, and we can disappear the fields, whatever the fields we don't want. Click on check. Now you save it. Enter. Now see, the moment when you save, now see what is your PO number now here. Standard ZPO is created with the PO number 16. From where you got this PO number? Because we have defined the number range interval. So like this, we'll configure the background settings for the purchasing documents. Either it's a PR or a PO. The procedure is the same for each and every document. It's not only PR or it's PO or anything. For any document, define document types, define number ranges, define screen layout. The path is the same, the steps are the same process for all the purchasing documents. We'll have the standard purchasing documents, but even then, whenever the client requests they want to maintain their own document types, then we can create. For example, they want to maintain a purchase orders list for a particular suppliers. For example, export vendors, whenever the company is purchasing a material from the export, that is from the vendors outside of the country, then for them we need to use one document type. That is one requirement. Or else for domestic purpose, for domestic vendor, you can maintain some document type. For foreign vendors, you can have a different document type. So like this you can create. So these are the background settings related to our purchasing documents. So the next topic is release procedure. We call it as a approval process. The next topic is release procedure, in bracket approval process. Now so far you are creating a purchase order normally. Now for this purchase order, we'll add some more business, that is approval of the PO. How the PO will be approved? By your manager, senior manager, vice president, depending upon the organization hierarchy. Normally in the industry we call it a approval process. In SAP we call it a release procedure. So the next topic is release procedure.